Oh God, you have the fucking.
But the downside of this is that a headshot is really, really easy. I still think the beer hat is also just as equally as American.
I agree. The beer hat.
You know, there's something about the beer hat that just screams, you know,
okay, so here we
America. Go. Why are you trying to punch me in the junk?
No reason. I don't know. That's a robot. You robotic murdering bastard.
Yeah, I'm a great shot, apparently.
You are a good shot.
Good gravy.
Man. There you go.
Anyway, so people complaining that
yoink.
That, you know, there's no NPCs or no stories. And Lightning and I got talking last night. I called him when I was at my job, and we had a good discussion about it. And I kind of came to the realization that this isn't a bad direction for them to take, not to have like all the story NPCs or whatever. Because the thing is that a lot of times
NPCs
when I'm playing,
NPCs are often annoying.
Yeah,
as shit.
This game feels exactly like Fallout 4 as far as the way it, you know, you interact with it. Minus the VAT system being different because of the nature of. Whoa, what's that?
Ah! Fuck you, little robot man.
Oops, that was terrible. Oh, good shot. Anyway, so the thing is that so we got in a discussion, and I was like, you know what? A lot of times when I'm playing Fallout 4, what am I doing? I'm just wandering around exploring, right? And that's the nature of this whole game. And I was like, and a lot of times when I'm exploring, I meet an NPC and they've got a mission or whatever, and it can be very frustrating to me because like all I'm trying to do is explore, and I got to pick up this mission. Eventually, your mission log gets full, by the way, which is another thing I absolutely hate in video games. Is you suddenly can't have any more missions because of reasons. So the thing is that, you know, now I've got to stop what I'm doing because my mission log is going to be full, and then I have to go wander over someplace else I didn't want to go yet. And a lot of times the NPCs and NPC missions, it really feels like you're being led around by the nose. And I don't like being led around by the nose in certain games. I mean, some games it's fine when they're more linear, but generally speaking, you know, sometimes you just want to explore, and that's what this game is doing. Now, we had also mentioned that Bethesda does really, really well on laying out a story with environmental
world building.
Yeah. So the thing is that you know, you'll go to the bathtub, as we said, and there'll be a dude in the bathtub, and he's got a toaster in the bathtub. So obviously, you know, he killed himself by throwing a toaster in there. So,
or they're sitting on a rock and they're looking over a cliff, and they got a bunch of beer and stuff. Basically, they watched the apocalypse and drank themselves to death or something.
Exactly. So the thing is that what they do here is they paint the world for you, and they go, okay, here is a bunch of the way we set up these objects, and it tells a story. Or here's like, you know, maybe a letter, or maybe here's a, oh, that's good. That's good. Second here.
Yoink.
There we go. Or they put out like, you know, an audio tape and kind of feed you a backstory about the area or what's going on that way. Which really isn't...
Don't worry, because bullshit fetch quests are still in the game.
Yeah,
they're just dispensed via robots.
But the thing is that for the most part, they've cut out that forced make you go this way. You're full of missions, and now you just have to stop what you want to do. But their ability to tell a story through the environment is very good.
So yeah, I mean, I can understand people being upset about no human NPCs, but it goes both ways. As good of a story as they can write and make it so like, well, here's this town, and here's all the problems with it, and all these NPCs are walking around, and you know, they dispense life story, or they give you the history of the town. They can also be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like you walk back, you walk by them. Skyrim, I think, is a great example of this. And then they comment about what faction you're in. Like, oh, yes, hail Sithis. How the fuck does this person know I'm in the Dark Brotherhood? Seriously.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff the big lore nuts and stuff will be like, oh, that's immersion breaking, and yeah, it's right. So you either have annoying NPCs, or you have no NPCs, or you have
Hold on a
somewhere
second.
you try in the middle of that, and I think the middle ground is usually really hard to go with. So to me, I don't care if there's no NPCs. I mean, we're still getting missions through robots or like areas, or we find a holotape and it's like, oh, I was out exploring here, and then you go to that location and you find out like, oh, well, this person was doing this kind of research, and maybe they have notes on their computer. All that lore and stuff is still in the game. It's just not dispensed through an NPC that may or may not have a good attitude towards you, or attitude in general.
So, Lighting and I talked a lot about how when it came to like Skyrim, how we wish we could just play Elder Scrolls together, and then, and that was about the end of it. This is basically, well, the gun version of Skyrim, but the online. Now,
we should do a little bit more background on the conversation we had.
Yeah, that's true.
The way the conversation went was that we were talking about MMOs in general, and how ESO was too MMO, and it's fine for you. Also, I leveled up because you're used to MMOs and stuff. And me, I've never really been a big fan of MMOs. I've mostly played like Final Fantasies and those kind of games. So the Chosen One thing never really bothered me too much. It was more of the fact that nothing means anything in those games. Like in Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth kills the giant snake thing, and it's dead forever, right? I mean, that creature is just dead. And there's impact that happens to the story that is persistent. Now, not everything, obviously, because there are certain things that just won't go away. But for the most part, choices mean something, and choices don't mean dick in MMOs. Aside from maybe, oh, well, this NPC doesn't like you, or this NPC anymore because your instance also out of bullets. And so that was what we were talking about, and you were saying it's a good MMO for MMOs. But it's like at the end of the day, it's me. It's like it's still just an MMO, and I don't really care. And so that was one of the things the game had a big complaint about. Damn it. Is that the people wanted Skyrim online. They didn't want Skyrim the MMO, and so there was a lot of hate or discontent around ESO, and they changed it. It's a whole lot better than it used to be. In Jar's opinion, and I wouldn't disagree, it's one of the better MMOs out there. But to me, it's still just an MMO, and I think Fallout 76 is like a scaled down MMO. You're not playing with like 60 people or 100 people, but I think it's them dialing back and testing the waters. And so if people are like, oh, we hate it, it's the worst thing ever, nothing's going to change, and we'll never get our Skyrim with friends game, because they're never going to get multiplayer working to the point where you can just play with like 4 friends. Because right now you're playing in a world, but you can group up with 4 friends, pretty much exactly like what we've all wanted. You just also share that world, and is the story suffering a little bit for it? Maybe, but I don't think it's suffering to the point where the game is not enjoyable anymore.
Yeah, well, I already have the best hat in the game anyway, so...
Yeah, beer. The power of beer compels you.
It does.
If anybody watched the what was it? I keep wanting to say Ridge Racer, but that's not what it was.
Speed Racer?
No, the racing game we played when you did your
oh yeah, the unlisted one that only people actually watching the shows got to see, the drunk cast, right? It was after it was my birthday, and the one time a year I go and actually drink, and then
you came home very drunk
and decided that we were going to race, because that was a natural thing to want to do, is after you drink a lot is to drive. So that's one of the unlisted
video.
videos on the channel because reasons. Not just because it's like it was a bonus for people who actually watch to the end of stuff. So it's like, yeah, okay. Well,
It's a hidden video.
yeah, yeah. Well, like it only had like like only had a few views, but I was like, yeah, if you want to watch it, here I am, blitzed on my mind, and anyway, it is what it is.
Okay, keyboard and mouse is really clunky. It really kind of feels like they designed this first and foremost for console, and then we're like, oh crap, it's gonna be on PC as well. Get Bob from accounting in here to work on the PC controls.
Well, yeah, but I'll get used to it. I still think for aiming purposes, it'd be better to use the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, definitely.
With VATS being what it is in this game, it's just I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna go open this roof here. I don't think I got to see it. Let's see. There's a guy up here who's dead, so I'm gonna see if I can loot his
glug glug glug.
His butt. Oh shit! There's a mine up here.
Like an active mine?
Yeah. Well, there you go. High revolver, vegetable starch, and then pelvis bones. There, I took his pelvis bones.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, it's a thought that counts.
So I guess they changed the way magazines work, as well as the bobbleheads. Bobbleheads are not permanent anymore, but I heard that some magazines are.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's the thing, though.
Use the magazine.
This game is going to reward you for exploration, and that's where you're going to get all your good stuff.
And hopefully it's about 1,000 times less grindy than No Man's Sky. We've been playing that so fucking much lately. No Man's Sky is the reason why we bought the beta early. Because I was thinking, oh, well, limited testing times. I don't want to be restricted about when I can play a game that I technically own, right? But after playing No Man's Sky and how grindy it is, it's like, I want a game that has a fun, just moment-to-moment gameplay. Not like, I'm grinding. Oh, I'm being attacked by sentinels.
Well, yeah, we're going to be doing a series on that later. The No Man's Sky issue is that it takes forever to get built up, but once you start getting built up, it starts picking up speed. It's just you talk about like it's kind of like a roller coaster to a degree. Like at the beginning, you go up that really slow, steep part where they're going to get you to the top of the ride, and that's kind of what it's like. It's like except it's really, really long, and the conveyor's really, really slow. And then
everyone has a speed. So like there's like 16,000 different roller coasters, and just because you can see your friend on the roller coaster doesn't mean that you're going to be at the same speed.
Yeah, and since they added the expansion with the underwater subs, which is recently the ability to play online together has been utterly screwed. So we're just waiting on patches. Yeah, so we were just happy we could get into this today because, like, we were. And that's the reason I went to mouse and keyboard. For some reason, when I had it set up as a gamepad, I couldn't click on the things. It says here, click here to add friends, but there's no way to do it with the gamepad. So I turned off the gamepad so I could click on a thing and then I could add a friend. So it was just kind of one of those things that.
Yeah, I couldn't find Jarvis the friend finder, but he found me, so it's like, whatever. It worked. So that's all that matters.
Indeed.
The hell is this?
And since
Mutant.
We didn't have arch nemesis, so
I missed again.
I
fired, but I missed. I fired and I missed again. Passed out. Had a popsicle. Ow! You a-hole. You shot me. Oh, this guy's level 10.
Oh, now he's level 0.
Ow!
Everyone coming in.
I'm hurt. Bash him.
I did. I bashed him with a bullet.
Okay. Oops, I took his board.
Still says danger though, so beware.
Yeah, there's someone over here shooting. It's hard to see. I think he's in the tower. Yeah, he's in the tower.
Oh. Alright.
I missed.
Oh, okay.
Get shot in the dick. You're non-existent dick. I think I missed.
I got him.
Oh, and then he flies off. Nice. Yoink, 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 yoink.
Alright, so I'm gonna go up this. You went up the thingy?
Yeah, I'm on the tower.
Alright.
There's like a wrecking ball up here.
Is Molly,
Or-
Molly Cyrus on it?
Or it's, what are those things? Like when you pour all the metal into?
Yeah.
It's like full of cement instead of, metal. Or is it, it could have been metal and now it's... Oh, wow. This is just filthy and disgusting up here. Oh, my. You're gonna love it when you get to the top.
I know, I see. It's like something went wrong here.
Yeah. A ranger's hat! Yes, please. Oh, it's Ranger Jim. I know I'm playing a lady, but her name is now Jim. Alright, I gotta see this.
Yeah, this is pretty horrific. I mean, the wet gooiness they've made the character. It's like, did I really need that much detail? I guess I did. I didn't know it until I experienced it.
You didn't know it until you had it.
Yeah. It was the gooiness that maybe not that I deserved.
It looks very, very wet up here.
Yeah. It was the gooiness that I needed.
But not the gooiness I deserved. Sorry. Oh god, it's filthy. Just utter filth.
It's like did the super mutants like have a pre-work? It's like to join
this might not be cement. This might be guts.
I think it's like, what did the super mutants have a club? It's like, yep, if you want to join the club, you've got to like smear everything in guts and blood.
Of course. I mean, who doesn't? Right, these are meat piles. Well, that was an interesting find. I'm sure we'll be showing that off on our recording. There's a building over here.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
Ooh, piece of candy.
100% not guaranteed. Supplies last. For how long? Who could say? Look, well, what the hell? Okay, how many years ago was it the war happened? There's an actual outhouse here full of shit. Oh my gosh, it's actually got turds in it. In the outhouse.
Oh, robot. Oh,
anyway,
I don't...
And there's a roll of unused toilet paper. It's, really...
The war was 25 years ago.
Oh, 25 years. Okay, well, the point is that I would imagine that the toilet paper will be out by now.
It depends on if anyone's using it.
Well, even so, I mean, it's like, are
the super mutants using it? Because I don't know, they're pretty filthy.
Yeah, that's a valid consideration.
The only thing that bugs me about the world is how destroyed the roads are. It's only been 25 years.
It's true.
And this area wasn't like mega nuked. So it's like, why are the roads so incredibly fucked up? But I think that just is the because they're just reusing assets.
Yeah.
Almost everything is, like old Fallout 4 assets. Now, obviously, there are new things. I mean, they didn't just take the entire.
I just picked up a guitar sword.
Nice.
What the hell? Is that an actual weapon?
I think so.
No, it doesn't say it is. I was thinking here. Oh, it is. It is level 15. Oh, that's a keeper.
Holy crap!
I'm. That's literally your axe.
Here's some dirty water. Delish. Oh! Server not responding.
Oh, did you?
Temporary controls were moved. That was weird.
Well, controls been disabled. Yeah.
Oh, controls have been temporarily disabled.
No, I'm gonna lose my.
It came back for me.
Okay. I hope. Well, maybe they're doing it that way to prevent people from like lag switching.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to get around it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we lost, connection to that, so we're just gonna go ahead and stop you from moving. I'm still stuck though.
Yeah, mine unstuck, but then I got restuck. Well, I mean, that's why it's a beta. So I'm gonna grab a drink during this server not responding period.
A brief intermission.
Yeah. and hopefully it comes back. I'm gonna have apple juice.
Survival food.